Assalamualaikum, my name is Khairul Ikhwan Azmi. My metric number is 073172. The Black Death, one of the deadliest pandemics in human history, ravaged Europe during the 14th century. Also known as the bubonic plague, this devastating disease caused widespread death and suffering, altering the course of history. The Black Death is estimated to have claimed the lives of 75 to 200 million people, wiping out a significant portion of the European population and leaving an inedible mark on society. In 1347, the Black Death emerged in Europe. It is believed to have originated in Central Asia or China. The disease is caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, which is primarily spread by fleas that infest black rats. Then, between 1347 and 1348, the plague spread rapidly across Europe, reaching Constantinople by 1347 and entering Italy the following year. It moved swiftly through major trade routes and seaports. Then, in 1348 alone, the plague reached France, Spain, and England. It devastated urban areas, causing widespread panic and death. The disease spread rapidly due to poor hygiene, crowded living conditions, and a lack of understanding about its transmission. Then, the following year, the plague reached Scandinavia and Eastern Europe, where it continued to wreak havoc, leading to mass mortality and significant social and economic disruptions. Then, between 1349 and 1350, the Black Death reached its peak in Europe, causing widespread death and devastation. It is estimated that the disease killed between 30% and 60% of the European population during this period. Then, between 1351 and 1353, the pandemic gradually subsided, but sporadic outbreaks of the plague continued to occur for several years. Efforts to control the disease, such as quarantine measures and public health regulations, began to be implemented. Then, a decade later, between 1361 and 1363, a second major wave of the Black Death swept through Europe, resulting in further loss of life. Although it was not as severe as the initial outbreak. And then, 3 centuries later, the last major outbreak of the bubonic plague in Europe occurred in the 17th century, with subsequent outbreaks being smaller in scale and more localized. There are several ways in which the Ottoman Empire was impacted by the Black Death. Firstly, the Black Death led to population decline. The Black Death caused significant population loss throughout the Ottoman Empire. The disease spread rapidly, and its high mortality rate led to a sharp decrease in population. This decline in population had profound socio-economic consequences, affecting various aspects of the empire's functioning. Next, the Black Death resulted in economic disruption. The Black Death disrupted the Ottoman Empire's economy. The sudden loss of a large number of people resulted in labor shortages, making it challenging to maintain agricultural production, trade, and other economic activities. Scarce labor resources led to a decline in agricultural output and subsequently food shortages and inflation. Other than that, the Black Death also resulted in changing trade patterns. The Black Death significantly impacted trade routes and patterns within the Ottoman Empire. As the disease spread, it disrupted commercial activity, resulting in a decline in long-distance trade. This disruption also affected the empire's connections with other regions such as Europe and caused a shift in trade routes and networks. In conclusion, the Black Death pandemic remains one of the most devastating and transformative events in human history. The epidemic, caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, resulted in an unprecedented loss of life, with estimates suggesting that it claimed the lives of 75 to 200 million people across Europe, Asia, and Africa. By examining the lessons learned from the Black Death, we can gain a deeper understanding of the resilience and adaptability of human societies in the face of unprecedented challenges.